Okay, let me drop this stuff off and then I want to eat.
The arrival.
This computer will rule the world.
Dr. Chris comes to hold and modify, bearing gifts. Very, very nice gifts. Look at all this fun stuff. Oh, look at this. Yes. These are so sexy, aren't they? I love how they just blend in with the 500. And yep, matching serial box 1080 monitor. All right, so we've got the 500 HD from GVP plugged in. We've got our amazingly bodged ROM with the wire here so that it'll work. That's using zip tie wire.
The bread tie or something.
The bread tie? What's a bread tie?
Yeah.
I mean, it was some of Dr. Chris's best work ever, actually. And he's currently working on a W.
Two pair of glasses because I forgot the helmet of Goober.
Okay, he does not have his helmet of Goober, but he is.
Or Holber or.
But he is doing an amazing job here on this.
Using 30-year-old flux.
30-year-old flux.
With our 30-year-old flux core wire from Fry's Electronics in California to solder an RGB to HDMI header very poorly on a plastic table, balancing the soldering iron with my foot on the floor or the power station so I don't knock it over. And I'm wearing pants today because I'm in public, but I did bring PJs with me. I drove 7.5 hours to solder these in. When you take this off, it's got two switches, auto boot and game mode. If you want to boot a floppy disk or an ADF, flip it to game mode. Takes the hard drive away. If you want to boot the hard drive, flip it to auto boot. However, we got to take the hard drive out of this, Quantum LP52S. When you remove this, if you just pull up on this, you're going to pull A, the fan wire out, and B, this little jumper right here. This is your dead man switch. If this is not connected, it's never going to boot the hard drive. You could jumper it flat if you lose this wire or switch, but always plug this in first and then put your drive in. And under here, 4 megs of RAM.
4 megs of RAM.
And 30-pin SIMs with your original configurations of jumpers you need to do. It also has the expansion, so you can put the 286 expansion board or the GVP I/O extender that gave you more jump.
So here we are with our beautiful 1080 monitor from Dr. Chris. It is immaculate, and as I said earlier, it is basically brand new, in the box, match serial number, match to the box, super bright screen, awesome. In fact, we're steering, with the exception of this 500 with a half meg Agnes and the 1080 represent my original Amiga setup I ever had. The Amiga 500 with the 1080. And I would have dreamed to have had an additional floppy drive, or especially the GVP with its awesome style to match case, hard drive expansion, memory expansion module. But now, yeah, we're going to get the GVP setup tool going. I've made a pile of Workbench 2.04 disks using the Grease Weasel back on my Windows PC. And we'll see what happens.
What the fuck? Did it bork the drive? It is on an auto boot, right?
Yeah.
Oh no. I've had that drive for 30 years.
Okay. Q here and Dr. Chris trying to bring life to this amazing Amiga 500, which we're turning into an Amiga 500 Plus, basically. Having all the fun in the world getting these real Workbench floppies to work. So I'm going to cheat a little bit while our Amiga 2500 over here just jams out its awesome tunes, keeping us entertained, while I cheat using WinUEE to build the 2.04 installation, which we'll put onto the Zulu SCSI. And look at this. You guys remember this. You watch my videos on a regular basis, right? Yeah, what is this? This is the... So Q doesn't blow up any more Zulu cards by having a nice modern bird connector. All right. Just a quick update here with Hold Modify and the Dr. Chris special. I'm currently still installing Workbench Now 2.1 in WinUAE because it's a more proper, full baseline pre-3.0 world operating system. And Dr. Chris is still in the corner having a good time.
I can tell you why this is the most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga channel. We're rocking off bad media. We got read errors, foam double-sided tape mounted at Zulu.
Look at that. It's suspension. It's shock absorption.
Yeah.
This is the greatest Amiga 500 Plus.
But we had
ever.
$100 scotch.
And we did have $100 scotch. So that may be affecting some of these situations that we're seeing here. But you know what? We power on, and it's going to happen. We have full confidence. The Amiga 500 Plus is going to happen here. And by the way, the Amiga 2500 has been playing mods for like 2 hours now nonstop. It hasn't broken a sweat. All right, so we while we're trying to get the SCSI SD or Zulu card here, whatever, working, we did want to try and get Chris's original hard drive working that he's had since the dawn of time. And we first thought we might have killed it in our shenanigans, but as you can see, it has been saved, and it's booting his original 2.1 install. What do you have to think about that?
Awesome. It still runs sysinfo. 7 megahertz.
Woohoo! The best megahertz.
Why do we even click speed? Because we all wanted to give it the cold shower tug and click expand to make yourself feel a little better. But it does have 4 megs of... 5 megs of RAM actually now?
5 megs of RAM, yeah.
512K fast. What is it? 512K slow.
512K slow, half meg chip.
4 meg fast.
4 meg fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have 5 megs
It's
of
going to be
RAM.
all kinds of fun to just do neat little...
It's actually 1.33 times faster than itself, or 0.33. So we got a little bit. Oh my God, 707 dry stones per
And it's
second.
apparently PAL.
That's just what I ran it in. It's an
okay.
NTSC.
NTSC. All right, so the good news is, yeah, we have this awesome kind of original 68,000 2.1 Amiga 500 to have original Amiga fun times with, like, on games like these that don't really need a supercomputer to run, right? These classics, oh yeah, fun times. By the way, I'm still installing 2.1, but I think it just finished, so I can pop this SD into the Zulu SCSI, and we should be rocking and rolling. And here we go. We've got the Amiga 500 with the GVP 500 HD Plus, Zulu SCSI working, 500's working, 1080's working. Once again, Chris Edwards delivers above and beyond. The man drove all the way across the country along the East Coast to get to me. And, you know, yeah, this is an amazing thing. I mean, if you guys are regular subscribers of my channel, you know I drove up to Chris a while ago. We had a lot of fun up there. You know what? He was like, let's come on down to the South. And so here he came, and he brought along a lot of these fun little toys here, and we got him set up and had a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I know most of you know who Chris Edwards is, and you probably already subscribed to his channel. If not, I'll put it in the link below, but Chris Edwards Restoration. He does amazing repairs on Amiga stuff. He's a genius, and as you know, I don't do tech stuff. I'm an idiot about all of this. And I was just a kid in a candy store watching him come on down to the old hold and modify, cave here and do his thing to get this 500 up to speed. Now, I know you've seen this 500 before. Q, you've put all kinds of things in here, an Apollo Firebird and whatnot. Why are you doing this? Well, as I said earlier, this was my original kind of dream Amiga system. My first Amiga ever was a half meg Amiga 500 with a 1080 monitor. And I wanted this. When I saw this GVP in the store back in the day, I wanted it so bad. And when Chris offered it to me for a pretty good deal, yes, it wasn't free, guys. It was a really good deal, though. He's such a gentleman with that. I don't want to get all wishy-washy, but Chris, thank you so much for the monitor, and thank you so much for the great deal on this, and thank you for coming down here. I know we had a lot of fun, but I understand and super appreciate what you've done. You've really, really made me happy, and I've talked about this before. All of this stuff is like a time machine. It's like going back in time. Unfortunately, as far as I know, time travel is not possible. So one of the ways we can time travel is to try and recreate nostalgia, right? That's what we do, whether it's computers or cars or whatever it is. And Chris came down here and really helped me just travel back in time. It's 1988 again, and I'm having a blast. And I didn't even need to blow, $40,000 on a DeLorean. All right. Thanks for watching, and I'm done with this video.